It's a unicorn party here in New York City. Not the kind of unicorn party that your child may have in his or her dream, but an actual unicorn party to celebrate the over 20 Israeli companies who made their home here in New York and obtained that magical unicorn valuation of $1 billion or more. 10 of those have done so in the past year alone. We're here at the headquarters of Errol Margolit's startup New York in combination with his Jerusalem Venture Partners organization. This is a hub to help Israeli companies settle here in New York and grow and do business in the nation's capital. One of the reasons that so many Israeli companies as of late have obtained that $1 billion valuation is because Israeli companies are getting out of the habit of looking for that quick exit and now are looking more to grow into something bigger.
Once Israeli companies started to form better processes and talk about not just exit strategy, but growth strategy, going back to the value to their customers. And when several Israeli companies kind of plowed that way into becoming huge companies, not to say unicorns, I think that the appetite to build big companies that keep generating value and not just getting sold for the highest bidder grew with that culture.
Of course, New York City can offer Israeli companies something that other cities can't, including an infrastructure here of a large Israeli population, but also the city itself. For instance, the gig economy here, something that is a battleground, a testing ground like no other for companies in that sector.
We're a platform that provides insurance for gig economy workers like rideshare, delivery drivers, and the way we do that is we partner with platforms like Uber and Amazon, so we can use the data that they hold about the drivers to A, give them insurance really quickly, and secondly, give them fairer pricing because we understand more about them, the amount they're using the vehicle, or the amount of trips they're doing.
One of the big questions facing Israeli companies here in New York now is what comes next at the tail end of the coronavirus pandemic.
2 years ago, we opened up this amazing hub with EDC, the Economic Development Corporation of New York, with Columbia University, with Cornell, with NYU, with CUNY, and then COVID came. And it was a very big challenge. And the city got into a very difficult state, and many of you were struggling, both here in New York, around the world, then opened up the gates, created the bridges, and then connected between cities and societies.
This unicorn party, part of a two-day celebration of Israeli tech and startups here in New York City. Coming up today, it's Israel Day at the NASDAQ. Reporting from New York City, Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News.